bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A man who was involved in the struggle for majority rule was laid to rest on Saturday. Businessman and sports executive Cornelius "Money" Williams was remembered by friends and family for his contribution to the advancement of Bahamians at the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King. Italia Hall has the story.
The late Cornelius George Williams, also known as Money, spent his early childhood years on the island of Abaco before moving to Nassau and eventually settled in Freeport. Many recall that he always had a pocket full of money, and that is how he acquired his nickname. Friends and family described Cornelius Williams as a man who had a heart of gold, very charming, generous, and someone who enjoyed being the life of the party. Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis was among the many mourning the loss of the fallen businessman and sports icon. He says Money always found things that he loved to do.
Finding things that we enjoy promotes us and assists us in living well. Because if we live well, we will live on. And death will be but a punctuation, because we will live on in the lives and the memories of those that have left behind. And again, that is what I say, the richness of the human experience.
Williams was an avid sports fan who would attend the cricket, baseball, and softball venues in Nassau and later Freeport. The Deputy Prime Minister reflected on some of his memorable moments shared with Williams.
He loved his sports, and he enjoyed it. And so it was very fitting when he was admitted to the Softball Hall of Fame. He loved his 3 J's. Charlie Bullard and I, almost every trip when I came to visit after leaving Grand Bahama after a while, now coming back in these days, I would end up at 3 J's before going to bed so that Money and Charlie could fix my corned beef and white rice.
Scores turned out to pay their last respects to Cornelius "Money" Williams on Saturday. They all shared fond memories.
He was just a good friend, always very kind.
We've been working very closely together at City Services for the last couple of years, and a better man you couldn't find.
Nice gentleman. We campaigned together in 1962 for the late Governor General Samalo Butler and Honorable Paul Adley.
He was a very pleasant person, very kind gentleman, and always was cordial.
Cornelius "Money" Williams passed away on December 7th, 2015. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Italia. Well, a major conference coming to Grand Bahama later this year. Apostle James Sayles, founder and pastor of the Shepherd's Tabernacle Fellowship of the Churches International, and his team visited the island to make preparations for the conference that will be based on relationship and kingdom building. Pastor Sayles says the Kingdom Partners Leadership Conference will be an opportunity for the church to partner with pastors and other individuals from around the world.
For us is to push information, push resources to the Grand Bahama Island as opposed to pulling those away. So the objective of the conference, as we complete and we walk away and prepare for next year, we're here to provide this leadership material, leave it behind, and also provide networking opportunities where we all come together. And for example, when we leave the island, there's 10 people say, I know 10 more people that I met from the U.S. And so again, it's all about partnerships.
Local coordinator for the conference, Derek Stubbs, says he met Sayles at the Gospel Music Fellowship Conference that was held a few months ago and came up with the idea. Stubbs says a number of international delegates are expected to visit the island for that conference.
Already had many conference calls with pastors in Florida that have committed to bring their membership at this conference. And so we know that the number will increase. He said 500. We really believe that definitely that is going to be a number that will be met because they're very excited. And I'm getting calls even from pastors in his area that are saying to me that they want to come, they're going to be coming, and they're on board. We're very, very happy about this. And what makes this conference special for us here in Grand Bahama is it is a partnership conference.
Now, the Kingdom Partnership Leaders Conference will be held September 29th through October 3rd at the Grand Lucayan Resort. The Bahamas Brass Band has been making sweet music for some 91 years now, and to celebrate this big achievement, the band will put on a grand concert this month featuring a variety of musical genres. Director of the Grand Bahama sector, Pastor Barry Morris, says this is an opportunity for the country to see the kind of talent that exists on Grand Bahama.
The point of our concert every year, of course, is to highlight things and people of our community. This year, we're going to highlight the freedom fighters and the ladies of the suffrage movement. And of course, you know, they should be highlighted every day for the sacrifices that they made to ensure that Bahamians like me, like the members of the Bahama Brass Band, and all that dwell in Grand Bahama and the entire Bahamas, we have a freedom that we did not once enjoy.
Now, the concert will be held under the patronage of the nation's leader, the Right Honorable Perry Christie. Assistant Director Barry Dickenson says it will be an exciting event.
We do have box office at these shoes outlet that's downtown, and we do have at the 17 Center Mall at the 17 shop there, so you can purchase your ticket there. And of course, you can see myself, the Assistant Band Director Billy Dickenson, our Director Pastor Barry Morris, or business manager Alexander P. Burrows, or any band member of that sort. We do have tickets on hand and available for the general public.
Now, the concert will be held at 7:30 p.m. on January 30th at the Grand Lucayan Resort. Switching gears now, cases of colorectal cancer said to be on the rise in the country. Aware of this disturbing trend, last night the Bahamas Cancer Society Grand Bahama chapter held an educational forum to discuss the concerns surrounding the disease and the importance of early detection. Dr. Mimi Nesbitt was the featured speaker at the Rand Memorial Hospital on the topic.
Just impart what the early signs and symptoms are, and not to be afraid to come and present to a doctor, say what your concerns are. And the other thing I wanted to sort of portray was the investigations that we perform. They're not painful. They're there to try and detect disease early so that we can treat early and hopefully reach a curative end.
Lauren Miller, president of the local branch, says they thought it fitting to kick off the year by bringing awareness to this health concern.
Well, survivors too, but persons that don't have cancer, so they can be educated about it and know them and be prevented. We're hoping that they walk away with a lot of knowledge and how to see the signs and symptoms if they have it.
Now, organizers of the forum are looking forward to hosting another seminar during the month of May, which is Cancer Awareness Month. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Natalie from Freeport inquired, I wear my wedding rings all the time. I even sleep in them. However, when I wake up, my wedding rings are very tight because my fingers swell up. Why does this happen? And is it something I should be concerned about? This is an interesting question, Natalie, and I understand your concern. What you have is what we call edema. It is usually caused by excess fluid in your body, which may accumulate in different tissues, including the hands, feet, ankles, and face. It usually develops subtly, as you are describing, but can become worse over time. Edema can range from mild to severe, where in more serious cases, fluid will begin to accumulate in the lungs, abdomen, and sometimes around the heart. Edema of any sort can be the beginning or the reflection of a more serious underlying medical condition. The reason for your edema or hand swelling will need to be investigated by blood test, urine test, and possibly a chest x-ray to evaluate your liver, kidney, and heart function. So Natalie, I recommend that you make an appointment with a doctor at any of our community clinics for a full physical examination and testing. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. Ricardo Liveborn has a check on sports when we return.